What up world? And chào mấy con đẹp gái, chào mấy đứa xấu xí, chào mấy anh đẹp trai, and chào mấy thằng cà trơn. This is your soon-to-be favorite Vietnamese guy, Ham I, of alwayswalmach.com. Stop by my site and tighten up your fit with some cool one-of-a-kind tees designed by yours truly. If not, that's still tight, but loosen and turn the volume up as you listen to this week's latest podcast episode, where as usual, I interview cool Viet and non-Viet people just like you and me. This week, we're heading to the land down under, Sydney, Australia, to chat it up with an optometrist by day and podcaster by night. Listen as we talk about Vietnamese-Americans compared to Vietnamese-Australians, divorce, being compared, Outback Steakhouse, kangaroo meat, passion projects, tea, your 20s, heartbreak, loving yourself, siblings, the wrath of Asian judgment, God, floating on a rotating sphere in an endless, deep, dark vastness, and dogs or cats. Everybody say good day, mate, to a real one, the fascinating, captivating Miss Theresa Tez Bui, host of the podcast Tea Talks with Tez. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. It's morning time over there, right?
It is. It's 10 a.m. and I was like furiously Googling all the times that you sent me to see if I got the right time. Because I think one of them popped up as 7 a.m. and I was like, I'm going to have to message you at 7. It's too early. But you got it right.
Okay, good. Because I made sure to check it over like 5-10 times. I was like, did I get this right now? I was like, it's so confusing to me, but it's crazy how, yeah.
Because we have daylight savings. I don't know if you guys do that.
We just had it too.
Halfway through the year. You do?
Yeah, we did.
So then it's like certain parts of the year will be like different to other parts of Australia. And then I initially looked it up and I was like, the hours are all over the place. But then, yeah.
Yeah, I was tripped out too because I was like, I wonder if they do daylight savings time. Because it's like getting dark over here like right now. Like the sun is setting, literally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's nighttime.
Yeah. But over there, the sun's just coming up.
Yes.
Cool.
It's actually, no, it's been up for a few hours, but it's nice. 10 a.m. is like good for me. I'm trying to be a morning person, but it's so hard. I think I'm not wired to be.
Yeah, me neither. I'm the same way. I hate waking up in the morning too early.
I do, but then I hate it, but I also feel like I love the quietness of the morning. So I'm trying to inch earlier and earlier because I do feel like it's nice, but you know what it is? You just need to sleep earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so like, I know everyone tells me, but I'm not wired, or like it just takes time.
Whenever I do wake up early in the morning and get a bunch of shit done, I'm like, oh shit, like the morning's actually kind of cool. Like, wow, I should do this more often, but then I never do.
No, you crash in the afternoon, you take a nap, or you like, it just gets going. But I do feel like you have a bigger day, or like more to your day.
Yeah.
So I'm trying. That's my like slow goal.
I love the accent. Australian accent, that's a good accent. It's a good look.
Thank you. I remember, I feel like I was in America a few times and everyone was always like, oh, it's so cool, but it's just how we sound. But,
do you ever do Australians think American accents are cool, or they're just kind of lame?
No, I feel like Americans, even within different states, have different tones to their accent, right?
Yeah, we got different twang.
Yeah. Oh, I think I'm used to the LA and I don't know if LA and New York have like the American facing on social media. Or I visited LA, so I think that's what I'm used to. But then every now and then, people from Texas or
Texas is the best. Texas is the best accent.
It's a drawl, and sometimes I struggle to understand. But yeah, I think accents are cool.
It's because we have that southern twang. That's why it's better.
Yeah.
The LA one is more douchebag, and the New York one is more elitist. That's what it is. That's how I see it.
Yes. I find that so interesting. Actually, I think when I was growing up, I watched so many American TV shows that I would mostly speak in an Australian accent, but then I did this more in high school, less so now. I think certain words would come out American, and my friends would be like, "It's kind of like a valley girl." I'm like, "That's just what I hear on TV."
That's cool. I think I gotta keep it real. I think the worst accent is probably an Asian immigrant accent. Definitely, right?
Our parents' one?
Yeah, our parents' accent is bad. It's bad.
I mean, kudos to them for learning another language, though.
There's a cuteness to it.
It depends on whether they're being aggressive or they're just trying to figure out the English. It's actually kind of cute. But and it's funny, but I think it just depends on.
Were you born and raised in Sydney?
Yes. So born and raised, my parents immigrated here from Vietnam, and I'm the oldest. I have 2 younger siblings.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, I think, and it's just something I reflect on recently, but I feel as though, I don't know if you have heard of the conversation around birth order, but recently I've realized that being the eldest in an immigrant family comes with like such a...
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders, for sure.
So much. And the thing is, I think because it was my experience, I just assumed that everyone had the same experience.
Yeah.
And it's because I've identified this recently. All of my close friends or girlfriends, I've naturally gravitated to them. I looked at them, they're all first-born immigrant daughters.
Oh, really?
And I was like, yeah, obviously I have friends that are outside of that, different places, but all of my closest top girlfriends from high school to university to work, the ones I've kept the longest, I'm like, oh, what is it that we have in common? I feel like they just get me. And I realized that's what it was. We just think the same.
I have no idea. I have no idea what that pressure is like because I'm the baby. So, yeah. I don't even think my older brother knows what that pressure is like because he's like, he just doesn't give a shit about anything.
I think we all get to that stage of life is short and you have to live it for yourself, but you have to go through that journey. And you're like my younger brother, and I envy it because, to be fair, I'm very proud of how he's grown up. And he always says, "Oh, you paved the way," but he has this like freedom to
you made things easier for him. You made things easier for him, is what you did.
Well, yeah, but also I think women and I think culturally there's also different pressures for like a woman versus a guy. My mom has explicitly said that. We have to gently educate her. You can't say that.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I always want to go to Australia, but I've never been. What should I do if I do go?
Yeah. Oh, you should check out Sydney and Melbourne.
Okay.
I feel like the rest of Australia is beautiful and amazing, but I personally love Melbourne for the culture. We're 2 of the main cities, but I just feel like Melbourne has a lot more friendliness.
How far away are they from each other, Sydney and Melbourne?
They're like an hour flight. It's like a 10-hour drive, so it's not close.
Oh,
but
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I've spent a lot of time in Melbourne, and I think they just have more art museums, and the nightlife is a little better post-COVID. But I also just have always said that if I could move my entire family and friend base to Melbourne, I would go. It's just, I'm so attached to my family. And Sydney is beautiful. It also has beautiful beaches and up and down the coast. I travel up and down the coast all the time.
Top 3 things I should do in Sydney if I go to Sydney.
Go to down south, like Wollongong Beach, and eat the fish and chips and just like do a hike down there. What else? The iconic Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge, I guess you have to do. But I also love the Blue Mountains. So I think maybe I'm just at a stage where I want to get out of the main city, but just explore like the beautiful nature. And so I think the beautiful thing about Sydney is you actually get the mountains and the beach, and they're all an hour away. So you can do that.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful.
It's literally, and I think we all need more of that in our lives. Like living in the city, sometimes.
Yeah, you got to get away from all the noise, the craziness, right? You got to. You got to like regroup.
Yeah. Whereabouts are you based?
I'm in Dallas, Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth. But you know much about Texas?
I don't. I just know that my mom has like some distant cousins there.
Oh, yeah.
And my family went. But I enjoyed that trip. I've only been to LA, San Fran, Orlando, New York, and Atlanta. I actually did 5 weeks.
Those are good places.
University placement there. Yeah, it was so interesting.
Yeah.
I found America really interesting. However, this was more than 10 years ago. I feel like America's changed a lot since then.
Yeah. I think we got even more rude. That's part of what it is. Every time I go to another country, I'll come off and I'll get off from the airplane. It's like nice and quiet. Everybody's really like, to themselves. But when I come home to anywhere in the States, I hear the loudness, I hear the rowdiness, I hear and I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I'm home right now. Feels good. I need that. I need that hustle and bustle, like, craziness, I guess, because I'm just so used to it, I guess.
But I will say something about American culture, which I feel like Australia can take notes. Because one of the things I noticed, it's always been around for a long time, but I don't know if you've heard that Australians have this thing called the tall poppy syndrome.
The tall poppy?
Tall poppy syndrome.
Okay.
So like these tall poppies are these really tall flowers.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just an analogy for the fact that we almost are only comfortable if everyone around us is doing average and okay, but we really just, I don't know what it is. I think we just like kind of look down on people, or we're like, aren't encouraging or supportive when people really want to chase their dreams or do well or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's almost like, oh my God, they have so much ego and everything like that. Whereas in America, I think everyone is just so uplifting, and I just have noticed that even just the creators or just the space people are just go chase your dreams. And I think people are more supportive. There's more of that community over there than there is here. I think we're improving. Like, I really do think we are. But this is only something I've learned since I decided to, like, 4 years ago, run my own business and, like, do different things, that I'm like, oh, it's actually kind of different here. Everyone's, they only really are comfortable if you're doing the same thing and you're doing that traditional, conventional.
I feel like over here in America, everybody's a hater, and they always want to try to keep you down. That's how I kind of feel over here. Maybe they saw you as like a
shifted.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but I always feel like it's been like that over here. But it motivates you to grind and do stuff. But yeah,
I'll prove them wrong.
Yeah, prove them wrong, exactly. Yep. Yeah. So, your parents went. They immigrated from Vietnam to Australia, like just straight. Like, did they pick Australia, or they wanted to go somewhere else, or they just kind of like?
Yeah, my mom's family, I think they picked Australia in that her oldest brother came here on a study visa, I think, and then he sponsored the entire family to come over. So she had a slightly smoother journey in that once all the papers got approved, she got flown over. But my dad, I think he just set on a boat. And then I think he ended up in Malaysia and these camps he spent for 6 months, and then he just got sent to Australia because that's where they accepted refugees.
Do you talk to your parents a lot about their past and how they got here, and when they were teenagers and things like that? Because it's really hard talking to Asian parents, especially Vietnamese parents. Try to get their deeper feelings and what they're feeling, but they will never tell you. It's very tough. So do you talk to them a lot about that stuff?
I agree. I would say more so recently, and I guess the piece of context is my parents in the past were not very open. They also didn't have the best dynamic between each other, so we kind of just as a family had to navigate that. But they actually divorced and separated when I was 27, so as an adult, which is a bit different to, I would say, your average Asian families. I think most families, when you get to that point, I know that most parents kind of stick it out, you know what it is.
My wife's parents are like that too. They got divorced when she was in her 30s. So yeah, it was
honestly, how was that a surprise for them, or was it a long time coming?
I think it was a long time coming type of thing. Maybe it was more like a relief or something, but yeah, it just happened, and we were like, oh, okay, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's just something I want to touch on, because I actually am so proud of my parents and your wife's parents too. I think it's so hard to make a change later on in life. It's already so hard to do it in your 30s, but I think it was, again, a long time coming, and they also were so unhappy and not compatible. They wanted different things out of life, and I would say that was probably the hardest thing our family went through, but the best thing, because since then my parents have also come into their own, and I think they've been able to live their own happy lives, and then only because of that have they been able to come in and we have a better relationship as kids, and we're also adults now.
Yeah.
So I'd say, being able to talk to them about it is much better, because they also feel, I think they're now just our parents, as opposed to feeling I'm in this family dynamic I'm not happy with, and so now they have the capacity to actually share from a place of, these are what I went through in life, and these are my lessons.
Yeah.
And I think, my dad is probably, and my mum as well too, I think they're both now able to speak on it with less I don't know if it's shame or just trauma. They don't have as much strong emotions around it, but I can imagine why it would be hard if you're.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you were saying, it's all about the stigma. A lot of people just stay together because they don't want to look bad, especially in an Asian family. So just do it. If you're not feeling it, you just gotta break it off, right? And if you gotta deal with the stigma, you gotta deal with the haters afterwards. You just deal with it. As long as you're happy, it's not anybody else's life. It's your own life. So.
And I feel like at that stage in their lives, their kids are adults, right? So there's one less stressor.
Yeah.
And I can just see my parents now. And I'm obviously, as an adult, I'm also can you just live your life? I want you to enjoy it. You're still young, ish in that, you know, they still have young, like, youth and energy, and they're their own people. So I was like, just go enjoy, travel, do whatever it is you want. Exactly. Yeah.
But I also have some friends too where their parents got a divorce when they were younger, and then like, every now and then they have like some weird, like, they're kind of fucked up, you know. But it's like, it's just a give and take, you know. It's whatever. But you know, everybody has their issues. Just
I think there's no right or wrong time to end a relationship. It's just, well, are you going to, if you stick together and you have a really unhealthy dynamic, how's that going to impact the child versus, you know, going through that separation? And you never know which one's worse, because sometimes it's a really bad separation. So it's just, you make the best decision in the moment.
Do you guys, is it, I always wonder if it's different to be Vietnamese in another country than it is in the States. So do you guys do like you know, did you get whipped on the ass with like a feather duster when you were a kid, or like a sandal or anything? Or is that like just an American Vietnamese thing?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, look, I think the experience of being an immigrant child, no matter where you are in the world, is somewhat similar.
Okay, cool.
But maybe because I always feel like we tether between two belief systems, two cultures, and I would say over the years, they've become maybe less fixated on the traditions that we push back on. Yeah. So like it's not all healthy. But I think.
Did your mom ever say that she found you in the garbage and felt sorry for you? So
all the time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever get compared to like other kids, like your cousins or your mom's friends' kids or anything when you were growing up?
Of course. Yeah. And I realized that even if it's not explicit, it's just through the storytelling. My sister reflects it. Sometimes it's just, oh, you know, this and this family does this, and it's the way they talk about their children, and there's this subtle underline of this is what you should do.
Yeah.
And then I think as we got older, I got more frustrated because I started to know the truth. Like I was like, you're talking about this cousin or this family friend, and you're getting the version from the parent, but I know what she's doing on the weekends, or like I know what she's getting up to, and I would never out them per se, but I was getting frustrated because I'm being compared to this ideal person that doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
And I was getting mad because I'm like, oh, why aren't you just grateful that I'm staying in school and I'm doing, you know, I'm not getting into trouble. I'm not getting arrested. Come on.
It's really cool to know that, like, even though like we live in different countries, like our Vietnamese heritage still stays the same, whether it's comparing your kids to other kids or like finding you in a trash can or being whipped with like a sandal. So it's like we're all one here. So cool. Is Australia known for any type of special food?
Oh, I'm so biased, but was the question, is it known for any type?
Yeah, any special food? Like, you know, you think America, you think like a burger and fries, I guess, but like, what do I think of when I think of Australian food? Is there like anything special or?
Honestly, I don't know because, and this is probably where I feel we're really spoiled and privileged.
Yeah.
But because Australia is quite multicultural, I don't know if it's big in America, but the food scene has like really blown up.
It's blown up over here too. Yeah.
And so I just feel as though no matter where I travel, I think, yes, the food is authentic to that country, but because we're so multicultural here, we actually have access to the most amazing cuisines. And again, I think Australian produce, like our produce is really good, the seafood, it's really, really unmatched. And so whenever I travel, I always do miss the food here. So I can't think of a specific dish per se, just because, I mean, I love the Vietnamese food here. I love the Thai food. I love the, even the Australian or just like, the steaks and everything, the burgers, everything they make.
So no, like,
you can find really good food.
No fried kangaroo? No grilled koala bear?
And no kangaroo. Actually, I feel like the delicacy, I actually feel like a lot of tourists come and they do try kangaroo meat, and I think I've tried it.
Wait, they actually do have kangaroo meat? They actually have kangaroo meat? Really? Wow.
Yeah, they do like kangaroo steaks and meat. It's not, I would say maybe it's more of a delicacy. It's not common to find. And I've probably had it one time with some visiting relatives. And
I think the closest Australian food I ever had was Outback Steakhouse, the Bloomin' Onion. Do y'all have Outback Steakhouse over there?
We do.
Oh, you do?
So you've is that the Australian dish?
Yeah, that's the Australian dish, exactly. And you said, what's your favorite American city you went to? LA?
Oh, which one did I like? I did like San Francisco, actually. actually.
San Fran? Yeah, San Fran's cool. San Fran's very cool. What year was it?
2012.
Oh, 2012.
Yeah, a while
was that was the last time you've been in the States, was 2012?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't come back then?
Yeah, I've been itching to travel more, but I think, because COVID hit, and then I decided to open a business, and that just felt like it kept me stuck for a long time, and then I closed the business midway through this year, and so now I'm just kind of like,
What business was it?
It was an optometry practice.
Oh, so you're like an eye doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Did you go to school for that too?
Yeah. So it was 5 years.
So why'd you close down your business?
So honestly, it was because it was getting to a point where I had invested so much and it was not, the cost of it was getting too big. And it wasn't financially viable, and I ran it by myself. Yeah. Which I probably, in hindsight, I would say that I had no business experience. That's the other thing. But by the end of it, I was completely burnt out. And if I'm completely honest, I think I didn't pick the right area for the business. Other business owner friends were like, if you just took this model and you put it in a different suburb, it probably could have worked. And at that point, I know people would say, you've built a big brand, like you've already done all of the hard yards, why don't you just relocate and just start that process again? And I was like, I have nothing left in me. You're asking me.
You need a break.
Even more.
You need a break from it right now. Yeah.
Correct.
Reassess things.
Non-stop. Yeah, 100%. And it got to the point where I was like, thinking about continuing this was just draining my soul versus if I just close this.
If you're not having fun anymore, it's time to close shop. With anything you do, whether it's business, whether it's hanging out with like a specific friend, or like just you're not having fun anymore, time to get out of there. So as long as you did it though, you tried, you did it.
I know.
I mean, like a lot of people, like they have dreams to do something, and they don't even try, and then they're just constantly thinking about like doing it, and then they never do, and they live in this resentment. But you did it, and you can always go back and open another business whenever you want to, because now you're like better at it. So
I know.
Yeah.
No regrets. So I was like, now I don't have that what if, like, because I would say, when you're like in whatever career, you're always like, oh, what's next? And you always wonder what it would be like if you were to do it. Yeah. Now I don't have the what if I did it. So I'm like, cool, I did it, close that chapter, move on, and figure it out later.
Do you have 2020 vision?
Don't. I only do with contacts, but I have the worst eyes in my entire family.
Really?
This is probably why I became an optometrist. Yeah. Do you wear glasses or contacts?
I don't wear glasses or contacts.
Oh, you're so blessed.
I'm hoping. I'm knocking on wood right now. So, hoping that my eyes stay in good shape. But I always hear him say you gotta eat a lot of carrots. So I'll just try to eat my carrots.
Okay, health. But I don't think it's a solution. But yeah, I'm extremely short-sighted in that if I don't have my glasses or my contacts, I'm non-functional. Like I can't see anything beyond 10 centimeters. Yeah. Very, very blurry. Yeah.
Interesting.
So thank goodness for correction.
Yeah. Cool. So are you working for another office right now, or you just do like your podcasts 100%, or you do other things, or
part-time? No. So it's funny that you said I needed a break. I probably needed a longer break, but I only took a little break from closing up my practice. Yeah. I went back to part-time, which I think I went back earlier than I should have, but it is a nice change. I'm only working 3 days in another clinic, and I'm eye testing. So nice. I say I'm only just, but not obviously, but I think for me, stepping into that, coming off of running my own practice, I really had to catch myself and not overdo or just was tiring myself out. So I enjoy it because I miss just eye testing. That's the part I enjoy the most, educating patients, seeing people and correcting their vision. But I am doing a part-time because the other part is trying to work on the podcast and grow that a passion project, which I've been sitting on for so many years, which I imagine is similar to what this is for you.
Yeah, I was looking around because I wanted to start a podcast because kind of like you, if I don't do anything, it's always going to weigh on my mind. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to try it, give this thing a shot. So as I was researching podcasts, I saw yours, so I gave yours a listen. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I think I can kind of do something like a format like this. And then I also saw that yours started at the same time mine did. So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I can hit her up, and then maybe we can talk about the podcasting life and this is a great transition to talking about the podcasting life. Your name, is it actually Tez? It's not Tez, right?
No.
What is it?
It's Theresa.
Theresa.
Is
Tez is just your nickname? Is it kind of like a play off like a Taz, like the Tasmanian devil, because he's from Australia too?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Well, I was like, man, I'm about to talk to her. Maybe that's how she got her name or something. Maybe I'll bring it up. But okay.
No. Yeah, no. Tez is just a nickname that some of my friends call me. And I was like, oh, it's cute, short and catchy, and it was almost like a alter ego that I can go by. Yeah.
So it's called Tez Talks with T, right? Tez Talks with
T Talks with Tez.
T Talks with Tez. Like every time you do a podcast, are you sipping on tea? Do you have a go-to tea?
Not always.
Not always.
I should. I actually had this idea because there's another podcast, I think Soju with Sarah. She was the inspiration behind it. She has like a little snippet where she goes through whatever mocktail drink that she has before. And I just, figuring out the whole podcast and the intro and outro and all the things, I was like, oh, it's too much work to kind of get a drink, and also like, where do I introduce it? And it's kind of awkward. I haven't done it yet, but you're right. The idea behind it was I wanted to have a drink in every episode, but the main thing was it's just like the idea of spilling the tea, so spilling, all of these
gotcha. Okay,
stories.
Cool. So do you have a go-to? Yeah. Do you have a go-to tea?
Yeah, I think it's more chamomile tea.
Okay, yeah.
But if it's during the day, I like green tea. I do like green tea.
I love me some green tea, yes.
Yeah. And are you a matcha or coffee person?
Matcha's kind of cool. I'm just usually the green tea and the jasmine tea, usually. Maybe chrysanthemum tea. That's good tea, too.
I do love, you know what it is? I love those teas at restaurants. I can't find the equivalent to make at home.
Yeah.
And so I just don't, I think it's like getting the right jasmine leaves. But yeah.
Are you more of a hot tea or a iced tea?
More of a hot tea. I think I used to be an iced tea when milk tea was, I'll say when, but milk tea is still very prevalent.
Yeah.
And I think I've gotten older and I'm like, I can't have too much sugar.
This is cool because I'm literally having tea talks with Tez right now. It's like,
about tea.
Yeah, exactly, about tea.
It's so layered.
Yeah.
I'm putting the tea on tea. Yeah.
Cool. So, what's your last name?
It's Bui. B-U-I.
Oh, okay, cool. I know some Buis. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's like
Is
Dusty.
Yours Mai?
Mine's Mai, yeah.
M-A-I.
M-A-I. Yeah. So it's kind of like Dusty then, right? Bui, like dust.
Bui.
Right? No?
Like Bui. Oh, no, I think it's a bit more Bui. Yeah, sorry, I say Bui for like, as in that's how I guess most people read it, but I think the pronunciation is like Bui. Not like Bui, which is dust. I forget where it's going with this. Bui is dust, yes.
I'm going to call you Tez Dust anyways. I'm going to call you Tez Dusty in my mind. Yeah, that's what I'll call you.
Sure.
Cool. So yes, why did you start your podcast, and what is your purpose of your podcast?
Great question. So I started it because I personally love consuming podcasts, and I think for me, it got me through some of like my hardest years, and it was through listening to other people share stories. I think most people listen, and I would say my consumption is a mix of self-development kind of content because I always wanted to learn. But the other side of it was I really appreciated when people would open up more vulnerably on these podcasts, sharing the stories, the behind the scenes of running a business or like a relationship that didn't work out, or, being lost and trying to figure out their place in life. And I think the more I listened to that in my younger years, I felt less alone through my struggles.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I wanted to create that for people who may be going through what we are going through, because there aren't that many Asian creators, I think, in that space. But I did always really look up to, and it's an American one, but the Asian Boss Girl podcast.
Oh, I heard a couple of episodes, yeah.
Yeah, and so I followed them for like 7 years. I think I always looked up to them and I was like, that is so amazing what they can do. And I wanted to be able to do that in turn, because I think I've also lived quite a lot.
Yeah.
And in some ways, I think I'm at a place now where I've healed enough, or I've been able to process it in a way where if I'm sharing, hopefully, it's like less messy. And I think stories are so powerful, and that's the main purpose, is like, if I can make someone feel either inspired or like feel less alone or just feel hopeful, like whatever they're going through, because the more that I was sharing in my own personal circle, the more people would reach out and be like, oh my gosh, like, I had no idea you were going through that. So, yeah.
How does it feel to just like kind of let people know how you're feeling or what you're, do you get nervous, like, when you release an episode, or are you just like, you know what? No, this is going to be therapy for a lot of other people to help them. Like, like, how does that feel?
Yeah, great question. I think most of the time I feel good and I feel free. I feel like, oh my God, I've just, mostly I feel excited and I'm like, I really hope it helps people, and I feel a sense of fulfillment. But it is scary sometimes, because I do feel if I overthink it and I let myself spiral, I will always wonder, how am I going to be perceived in this episode? Or like when I'm sharing the story, are people going to pass judgment on what I did or my decisions and the way I spoke or the way I shared it? I think it is really scary, but I try not to let myself spiral too much about it, because at the end of the day, I would say majority of the responses, whether it's online or through podcasts, has been overwhelmingly positive. But you'll always get the few people who are like, oh, why is she doing this? Or are you sure? Like, they went past judgment.
Yeah.
And not gonna lie, it is scary. You're putting yourself out there, and sometimes I get tired. And I think that's been the hardest thing about trying to do it, is I know it's something that I want to do, and it's been calling me for years, like literally 5 years. And yet every now and then, if I'm not feeling the best, I'll just start to like question it and be like, why am I even doing this? It's so cringe. Or like, who even cares? But then I kind of just want to push on, because people do reach out and they go, we love it. I know you don't create a lot, but it really helps me.
I personally like it because you just keep it real. You're just like a real person, and you're just letting people know your feelings, what you've gone through, what you've been through. And like, I know it's a lot about like, I feel like it's geared towards women a lot, but I'll listen to it. Just like, yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, but I'm like, I just want to get a sense of like, how like you as a human is, like, and everybody goes through all the shit that you've been through. And I was also curious. Do you think that I remember you did one about dating, and then you dated some douchebag? Like, you ever wonder, like, what if this dude listened?
Honestly, I'm like, go listen and take some notes. Like, honestly, I'm like, I love that you touched on that, because I'm so trying to gear it to women, but not exclude the men, because I would say that, yes, it's for my younger self, and so for all of the younger women who are navigating these challenges, but I also want to reach the men who are like you. And it's so interesting, because another podcaster that I've been a guest on is also a guy, and I just love the men who are so curious and want to keep learning and just learn more about people or women, or just like more perspectives. And I appreciate it, because I'm like, you're the men that will also spread that messaging or spread the insight to other people, because I do think it's a lot of systemic things that we're having to work on if I get too deep. But
no, I think it's great. I think it's awesome. I really do. I hope that you keep on making episodes. So is your schedule like one episode every 2 weeks? That's kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah.
I wanted it to be more, and then I just kept getting sick. And to be fair, I'm going to be completely honest, I still am sitting on another 2 or 3 episodes that I've already pre-recorded early in the year. I just haven't fully edited them. And then I'm trying to record more, but it was just going back to work early, and like, I'm in the middle of trying to move. So I think just life admin, I'm trying to get it out more frequently. I aim for once a week, and now it's just naturally fallen into.
Well, podcast production is very hard. I mean, like, this is all new to me too. I'm like, oh shit, this is a lot of work just to edit, just to re-listen to something, see if you need to cut something out, see if you need to speed something up, adding an intro, adding the back intro, releasing stuff, creating. It's like a lot of work. But I'm so into it, and I know that you are too, and that's what keeps me going. I guess keep on wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Even just trying to find somebody to talk to, like, it's tough. But then I'm like, man, I gotta find somebody, and it's like I like that challenge, trying to look for somebody. So, and then I found you, so like I'll ask her, and lucky for me, you said yeah. So, because I get plenty of no's too. I get a lot of people saying no, or like they're too shy, or they don't want to be front facing. But
interesting. I do have to ask, so what's your story? Like, I know you said you also were wanting to do this. So
yeah, I mean, like every time I'm hanging out with my friends and stuff, we always have a really interesting conversation, like fun stuff, fun time. So I was like, you know what, let's just maybe we can start a podcast. Maybe just start talk about random stuff, because I'm so random. I'll just talk about random things and like just putting it out there, because there's not a lot of Asian American, let alone Vietnamese-American ones. About like just like a Vietnamese guy hanging out with his friends and just having a good time. It's not always about like how mean my parents were or the struggle of my parents coming to America. It's just like me being an American. I grew up in America too. I watched American cartoons. I watched American movies, listen to American music. I'm the same as any American white dude, American black dude, American Hispanic. Like I'm just Vietnamese though, so that's why I wanted to do it. And I'm having plenty of fun. And I'm learning a lot of stuff from like the different people I meet too. I think everybody's like has their story, and I think everybody's interesting. So that's why I did it. And now I'm just in too deep, and I can't. Like my wife is like, "You need to chill." I'm like, "No, I gotta find that next person. I gotta stay up till 3 a.m, edit this video. I gotta make sure that the sound sounds right." But I'm having fun though, and like I said earlier, if you're not having fun anymore, that's when I'm gonna stop. But I'm having way too much fun, and hopefully you're having fun doing your thing too.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think I love that, and I do resonate with what you're saying, that you learn from people and everyone's so interesting. And I also feel like when you meet people who are doing things that light them up, you want to be around them. You can just feel it. And I think as long as you're doing something that you're enjoying, and when you offered to be up at 3 a.m. for a call, I was like, I could never do that. I was like, I know you're like, absolutely not. Like, you'll find a time.
Yeah, that's me though. I just go too crazy sometimes. I know that your podcast is about like life lessons, things like that. What's the biggest life lessons in your 20s?
I think in your 20s, it's so important to take time to spend with yourself and learn about yourself. I think in my 20s, one of the things that I probably found myself getting carried away with was living for maybe other people more so than myself. And maybe this experience is more because of the way that I've been raised and I have all these pressures. But I feel like in our 20s, we sometimes feel as though we are navigating the world through voices that are our peers, society, our parents. And I think it's so important in those years to try really hard to dig and sift through all those voices and find which one is your own. And I think everyone gets there at some point in their journey, right? Like it could be in your 30s, it could be in your 40s, it could be when something happens and it really shakes or shatters your belief systems. But in your 20s is like the best time to just take the risk or like go on these adventures and meet new people and learn about people, but then in turn learn about yourself and actually really, really try to be conscious about it, because it's just something I felt myself not really be conscious about. I just kind of moved through the world and I was getting all of these external validations. I was doing the quote unquote right thing. So like, excelling in school and you've got a good job. But I really, because I seeked that so much, I kept people pleasing my way through life until everything fell apart. And I was like, this isn't a plan. This isn't what I wanted for my life. Yeah. And so I think, just tuning into yourself and using your 20s to just really find out what makes you spark and happy, and like as much as you can come back to that and carve out time for it. I think, it will be the most like brilliant decade. It's really messy, and I think it's let yourself be messy, like when you should make the mistakes.
It's really weird though, because like when you're younger, you want to grow up so fast, you want to like get married, you want to get a house, you want to get that great job. And then once you get older, you're like, man, I wish I could just be young again and like know what I know now. But you're right though. It's that pressure from society, from our parents, just being Asian, you got to get married, you got to get married young, you got to have kids young, you got to buy that house because, my friend's kids already bought a house. My friend's kids already got that nice car. Where's your nice car at? My friend's kid got a nice job. Where's your nice job at? And so we really beat ourselves up because we want to like get all these things and impress our parents and impress ourselves. But just gotta slow down and figure it out. As I grew older, I'm realizing it's so late now. And I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest. But yeah, it's weird. Like the 20s is like it's just experimental time, I guess. You just gotta figure it out. But hopefully you just figure it out yourself and not let everybody, all the talking heads, tell you what to do and how to do stuff. But that's kind of what I got from you when I was listening to your podcast. There's a lot of like, societal pressures and stuff. And, you just kind of broke free from it eventually. And yeah.
And it still exists. And I think, the women, I haven't released the episode yet, but those pressures were just around, family, the life, the career. But then there's also pressures on us to look a certain way. Like the beauty standards are so insane, and social media has made it even more so. And then there's also all these pressures on motherhood. And I think that's just a complex conversation. But I would say that when I was in my 20s, and I don't know if other 20-year-olds are like this, or maybe they have greater access to information, but I had such a superficial understanding of what having a family looked like. I was just like, I want a family, and I'm gonna be a mom. I'm gonna have the white picket fence, and I really, really had no understanding of the rule, like just how hard the first few years would be, but also fulfilling. But why having the right partner would make such a big difference.
Yes.
And I only know that because my friends, really close friends, went through it and shared very openly with me. So then I had a very realistic view of what that would look like. And it's still such a beautiful journey, and it's still very worthwhile. But me in my 20s had no freaking idea.
I don't think any
she was going to be bitch. If I had a baby in my 20s, I'd be bitch slapped in the face and be like, what is this? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't think any of us know.
So adamant.
Do you think heartbreak is necessary in life? Starting to get down to deep stuff now.
I do. No, I love this stuff.
Yeah, you have to. I believe so too. I think it's very necessary.
I think it's so necessary, and I think it's such a bittersweet kind of experience to have. But if you've had heartbreak, it means you've also loved. And it's like, what is this? What is life if you haven't loved? And I think heartbreak can come in so many forms. It doesn't have to be within relationships. It could be within your friendships. It could be within your family.
Yeah.
But it's just like, sometimes through heartbreak is when you come to learn so much about other people and like the humanness of us. And you also get to experience like the full breadth of emotions. And I think if you don't have that, then like, are you really living? Because then are you just, tiptoeing your way through life and not ruffling anyone's feathers and like not actually getting to the nitty-gritty with the relationships around you. So yes, I do.
It also makes music better too.
Yeah.
It's like I listen to a sad song. Yeah, I listen to a sad song. I'm like, now I understand. Now I get it. Oh, this is deep. Yeah. Yeah. But
and you're happily married, but that sometimes also hit you, right?
I have like some exes, like they taught me a lot of stuff, and I'm looking back and I'm like, oh shit, if like I never met this person, I would have known this or that, and it helps you grow. It helps you become a better person. It helps you understand life better. I had this one ex that she would always after she was done taking a shower, she'll swab her ears and then her nose and then her belly button. And dude,
in that order.
Yeah, pretty much. So, but now I'm doing that, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, but with different swabs, of course, not the same one, different swabs, of course. But yeah, now I'm doing that, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I just picked that up from somebody, and then I had another ex, every time she finished taking a shower, she'll window wipe her body down, with her hands. I'm like, why are you doing that?
So less water on the towels?
No, she's standing in the shower, and then she'll wipe window wipe. Yeah, exactly. Before she gets a towel. And then I thought that was so weird, but now I'm doing that. And I'm like, this is okay, whatever. It's helping me grow, I guess. I don't know, even though it's a strange thing. But yeah, you learn from everybody you meet, and then sometimes you don't talk to them ever again, but, you remember the times that you had with them, and, it was good. I also think that, honestly, you don't really miss your ex. I think you just miss the era. You miss that time. You miss the music during that time. The movies during that time, what you did during that time, the fashion during that time, you just missed that whole entire era. You're not missing a specific person.
I agree. I think you miss the nostalgia for the version of yourself that you were, and you miss having the experiences or that having a person. I don't think it actually is the physical person, because there's a reason you're exes, and also they're not that same version. They may not be that same person now. It's just, but there's a lot of nostalgia. You're right.
That's the thing too, because anybody, even if whoever you're gonna get married to or whoever you end up with, even my wife right now, she could change in 5 years. She can be a totally new person. She could evolve into another person. She can get another job and be a different, do a different thing and act differently. And I have to evolve with her. That's how it is with relationships. Pretty much, you just gotta keep on constantly evolve with that person. You gotta come into that relationship knowing that. When you're in your 20s, you don't know that shit. You're just like, oh, okay, whatever. Let's just fucking let's go eat and fuck. You don't fucking care, But yeah, as I grow older though, you start realizing this stuff, and it's wow, pretty wild.
It is, and I think you're right. I think it's the most beautiful thing, but you have to be aware that both of you are going to change, and you have to want to. I mean, you've got new projects, you've got this passion project, and yes, she keeps you grounded, but she's also supportive to someone. Be like, oh, why are you changing? What are you doing this new thing? it's actually, that's the most exciting part. But when you find someone who has like similar goals or like similar core values, even as you evolve, you can always come back to it. I think, and I think you just have to stay open because people will change and it's okay. You have to be okay with that too.
For sure. Where's your life currently at now in your 30s? How's your 30s going?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I would say I have a lot more peace and self-assurance on the one side. And then on the other side, just like you or just like all of us, I'm still figuring stuff out in that, you know, you think in your 30s you'd have everything a lot more set, but I'm in that transition period. So for context, I am working part-time at the moment for the next few months, but I really want to pour more into this podcast and create more content. And then I'm actually right now in the process of looking at doing all these house inspections because I'm moving out with my fiance.
Wow.
And he's just literally this past weekend, finished his like 4-year physiotherapy degree. So he actually went back to study.
Congrats.
Which is incredible, but thank you. It's incredible. It was so hard. Like, honestly, it was really, really hard. It's very worth it. He's the right person, but going back to study as an adult and having to balance everything, and we have to live separately because his university and his family is down there and I'm here with my business, and so excited to like move out and start all that. And
how's marriage plans going? Is that pretty tough?
Great question. It hasn't. Because we've just been like navigating this, me closing my business and him finishing his studies, and I feel like we are starting to just broach that area of like what kind of wedding we want, but I keep toying back and forth between, do we just elope? Or do we do something really, really small, or do we actually do something that I know that, you know, I'd say my dad is very chill. He's like, do whatever you want. And then my mom's like, but you should still have a wedding.
That sounds like a Vietnamese mom to me.
Right? Yeah. It checks out. So, I don't know if you have recommendations, but we are starting to go to wedding expos, and we're just going to sit down and have to think about like what we want to do, because also financially we both want to eventually buy a place for ourselves, but at the moment we just cannot really afford to rent and move out. So I'm still excited to have that chapter with you, but I'm in transition. I just feel like I'm in transition with everything.
I just think when you invite your guests, make sure you put big bold letters, envelopes only, nothing else. Make it easy on everybody, you know? Yeah.
And make it easy, right?
Oh, you know what? You know, it's 2025. You might as well put like, we accept Venmo too.
Venmo?
Yeah.
We use PayID.
Oh, there we go. PayID.
Please send to this.
Yeah.
This is the way.
But that's cool. That's cool to know. Like, I personally think that the 30s was probably the best time. Because you're still young enough to like, you're old enough to know better, but you're young enough to like still have a lot of fun and like, but yeah, 30s is good. It's really good. Right now, like I said, I'm 44, so now I'm starting to feel like my body hurting for no reason. And I'm like, oh, yo, dude, like I just like walked up one step. Why does my knee feel like it's gonna fall off? But you'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah. What do you mean? I'm already there. It's like I'm already there. Still gonna get left.
Hey, this is a really very, very, very important question. Do you love yourself?
I do.
Do you love yourself before anybody else?
That is a really. Can I say I love myself equally to everyone that I love?
You can say whatever you want. So,
I think I honestly would say that in my 20s to even my early 30s, I can't confidently say that I love myself, because I know that the way I behaved was just pure self-abandonment. Like, because I was so people-pleasing, I would definitely get frustrated and angry and resentful, but that was all built because I just kept giving parts of myself to other people because I obviously loved them more. I was like, you deserve this more than me. And then now I feel a lot more like at peace. And I would say it's uncomfortable because I'm learning to be okay with doing it.
Yeah.
But I love myself enough to be like, F you. Like, no, you don't get that piece of me. And I wouldn't say I put myself above everyone else, but I would at least say I love myself the same level as I love my family and my fiance and my best friends. Like I say we're on the same level, and I just, in those relationships, I feel like it's mutual.
Yeah.
Like when I'm around them, I can feel like, well, they love me so much in return. I just never feel like I'm overgiving. Yeah. But I overgave so much before.
I think that's great. Yeah. I think you gotta love yourself. You gotta take care of yourself, because if you take care of yourself, then nobody else has to worry about you. So like, just love yourself first and foremost, for sure. It took me a long time to realize that, but I finally did, and it feels great to love yourself. But yeah.
What do you think helped you?
I think my wife, she's very patient with me, and she helped me realize, my passions, what I like doing, where I want to be, and it just, she taught me a new way of eating, looking at things, looking at the world, talking, conversating with people, and it just made me realize. So, yeah, I really do love myself. I wake up in the morning every day, and I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, fuck, man, I fucking love you. So, like, yeah, I really feel like everybody should say that to themselves every day. It's like an affirmation that just like, yeah. Cool. You said you got a younger brother and a sister, right?
Yeah.
Cool. How are they? Do they live nearby too?
No, yeah. So my sister still lives at home with me and my mum. Cool. And yes, I'm moving out and I think she's making plans too. And my brother, he's good. He is also engaged and he's living with his fiancée at the moment and they're looking to buy. So,
oh, wow. Cool. Who's getting married first?
Oh.
Is it a competition?
I think it might be him.
Oh,
it's
yeah?
Not a competition. Okay. I'm like, can you just do it? Like, can you just go ahead and give her the wedding so she can either? But I think it's looking like something next year, and I think they'll do something small. But we're actually, I might need to talk to you because we have family coming from overseas, and I was like, we should probably try and do the weddings closer together, so it's not.
Gotcha.
Like they have to pick or travel back and forth because we do have family in the Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
And so we were like, I might have to coordinate with him, but yeah. I'm happy if he takes the reins.
Is future sister-in-law pretty cool?
She is.
Cool.
She is someone that I can see, and this is what I mean by, I'm so proud of him. He's really put in effort to growing himself, and I can see being with her has made him a better person. And I think that's just my gauge on what a good healthy relationship. I'm like, if you're with someone that can bring out the best in you, probably how you felt with your wife, and I feel the same. I think if you're with someone who makes you feel really good in who you are right now, but also inspires you to keep being better, then what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
So she's really good.
And please tell me that one of your siblings have 20/20 vision.
No. But I'm the worst. I overtook my parents. They're both short-sighted. They passed it on to me.
Okay.
And my sister's short-sighted. My brother escaped the worst of it. He's actually functional without his glasses, which, again, pretty much I paved the way for him to not have terrible eyes.
Glasses are cool though. They make you look more intellectual. So yeah.
Yeah, unless they're like Coke bottles. I just look like I've got little tiny I hate wearing them.
All right, almost over. Got a couple more questions. Top 3 mental hurdles.
I think fear.
Yeah.
Fear of judgment and fear of loss.
Yeah.
I think learning to love yourself, as you say.
Okay.
And then, just feeling not enough. Feeling like you're not either not enough or not doing enough. I think those are the top 3.
Yeah, for sure.
I identify with them.
I feel that the judgment one's a big one, and I feel like for some weird reason, Asian judgment is 100 times worse than any other type of judgment. I don't give a shit about any other race thing, but when it's an Asian person thinking that I did something wrong, it's like, yeah,
it's so wrong.
Yeah,
you feel it in your soul.
Yeah,
you're like, I've been outcasted.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, shunned
from the community, and we're so community driven, right?
Yeah, so, I agree with you on those for sure. Cool. Do you have a relationship with God, religion, or anything? I know this is kind of be a weird type of topic, kind of be lame, but I mean, it's an important question to ask.
It is. So, I grew up being raised Catholic.
Me too.
And,
wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but I would say my siblings and I don't think we align with the church, but we all, maybe I shouldn't speak for them, but I do believe in God and a higher being. And I think I've held them, that faith has really made me feel as though, reassured in that, yes, there's so much that we can control or change, but I just always have this faith that, there is someone looking out for me and for us. But I don't follow a strict religion. And I'm still probably exploring the spirituality side, but I think I don't feel as aligned with the Catholic Church that I grew up with.
Yeah. I remember kind of the same way. Like I remember when I was a kid, we would go to church, and I would be so bored out of my mind. I wouldn't understand what the priest is saying, what the gospel was, or whatever. And then like in my 20s, in my 30s, I was like, you know what? I'm just atheist. I don't believe in any religion. We're just here. Life is like a candle. Once it's out, it's done. As I grew older, especially over the past few years, it's just like I feel like there is a God. You know, I'll go to church with my parents every now and then too, and I'm actually listening now, and I'm like, wow, these things actually make sense now. There's actually like meaning to this stuff. So yeah, for sure, I think there is a God. I mean, I don't know, like who knows though, you know, but there's gotta be something or someone but yeah. Do you ever have that feeling where you're just like, what am I doing here? Like I can see, I can like touch, I can feel, I can smell. I'm floating around in this gigantic sphere in the middle of like a vast darkness. Like it's weird, right?
Yeah. I kind of think that's too much because then I'm like, oh my God, existential crisis.
Yeah, it's really strange. Like I'll lay in bed before I sleep at night. I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, how am I here? What would happen if I wasn't existing? Like, is Tez real right now? Are you even real? Are you even real right now, Tez? Are you?
I don't know. It's all a virtual simulation. So.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a simulation theory. Maybe you're AI right now. Maybe I'm AI. Who knows? But yeah.
And yet I made it so authentic that it's like
You're like that new upgrade AI. You're like the 2050 AI, I guess.
Oh, what a compliment.
Cool. Man, I have so many questions to ask you. It's getting so dark over here though, and then like maybe we can do a part 2 one day if you got some time. Sure. But I had some other questions that I wanted to get to, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Okay, one last question. One more.
Sure.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs. I have a dog.
Okay, cool.
My although I will say, I'm going to be completely honest here, I love dogs in that because I have one, but it's actually my sister's dog. She wanted a dog for like the longest time. Yeah. I grew up scared of dogs, and then I became what I label as dog adjacent. So I was like, I'm like, they're kind of nice, but I'm scared of them. And then when I got a dog, I was like, okay, you're really adorable and precious. And now around my friends' dogs, I love them, but cats are cool, but sometimes I'm like, they're just too cool for us.
Yeah. I used to be 100% strictly dog dude. Like, I only loved dogs. I hated cats. I was like, ew, they're gross. Like, don't even get near me. But then my wife, she loves cats so much. And she was like, no, I'm going to get a cat and you're going to have to live with a cat. I'm like, damn, I don't want to live with no damn cat. But then I got used to it and I was like, cats are actually kind of cool. Like, they're not so needy and like, they're just kind of like, keep to themselves and like clean up after themselves. You don't have to walk them and bathe them and stuff. It's like, yeah, this is kind of nice. Wake up in the morning, they kind of rub on your leg. It's like nice. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, cool. I think that's it. Did I bother you long enough?
Maybe? No, it was very lovely. No, time flew. Like,
it always does.
I really enjoyed it.
It always flies by.
Yeah.
I always have like a list of so many questions, and I was like, I never get time to do all of it. So maybe one day we'll do part 2.
For sure. And plus, sometimes I'm conscious of time, so I'm like, I'll probably just wrap up my answer here, even though I feel like we deep so many of these topics. But it's just one thing at a time, right?
Yeah. Well, you let me know when you're ready for part 2. Just DM me, email me, and I'll jump on at 3 a.m. You want me to? So.
If I get really stuck in my schedule, I'll let you know and hold you to that.
Cool.
Thank you.
Tell the family I said hi. Yeah, tell the family I said hi. All right.
Well,
see ya.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye. If you enjoyed today's podcast and would like to be a future guest, email me at walmach.podcast@gmail.com. While you're at it, like, subscribe, comment, share, and follow. And don't forget to check out Tez's podcast, Tea Talks with Tez, on Spotify and other podcast platforms. And follow her on her Instagram and TikTok at Tea Talks with Tez. Until next time, peace, love, and do my mic.